Most couples don't lack words, they lack responsiveness. You can communicate clearly and still feel completely alone. Welcome to School of Wife, where we treat marriage like the high stakes, high reward life skill it actually is. Every struggling marriage eventually gets the same diagnosis. You two need to communicate better. It's lazy, and it's usually wrong. That diagnosis, I mean. Today we're going deeper. Most couples don't lack words, they lack responsiveness. You can communicate clearly and still feel completely alone. You can make and explain your needs known clearly, perfectly, and still watch them be ignored. So, communication is not connection. Response is connection. Connection isn't built in conversations. It's built in micro moments. Researcher John Gottman calls them bids. He calls these micro moments bids. These are small reaches for attention from your spouse. A comment, a sigh, a look, a touch. The question isn't whether you're talking. The question is, when your partner reaches, what do you do? Do you turn toward or do you turn away? Couples who stay connected turn toward each other 86% of the time. And couples who end up with divorce, only 33%. Now, it's not about big conversations, it's just about small responses. Now, that statistic is research by Dr. John Gottman, so it is proven. Now, let me pause here for just a moment. If this reframes something for you, what we're talking about, if you're realizing we talk all the time, but we miss each other in the small moments, then you need to stay in this conversation. So if you haven't already, subscribe to this podcast. Because what we're doing here isn't communication tips. It's training your attention so you start responding differently in real time. Each episode builds on the last one, and connection is built through repetition, not only insight, because we know a lot of things that we do not do. Here's the trap for successful women especially. You're trained to override interruptions, to stay locked in, focused, and to power through. But marriage is interruption. Your partner's bids come when you're busy, when you're focused on something, or sometimes when you're in the middle of something really important. But if you treat that bid for connection as an inefficiency, then connection will collapse. Let's go practical. You see that text from your partner that you ignored? Or the comment that you brushed past? Or that moment when you were busy, but you didn't look up at your partner? They're not small to your partner, you know. They're actually data. Data that shows what's going on. Let's talk about 3 shifts that you can practice this week. Number 1, catch the bid. So for the next 48 hours, notice every time your partner reaches out to you or reaches out for you. So it could be verbal, it could be physical, or it could even be digital, like a text. Just notice it and say to yourself, I know what that is. That was a bid. You'll be surprised how many you've been missing. Or maybe you knew you didn't have the name for it, but now it's a bid. Number 2, respond before you're ready. When a bid comes at an inconvenient time, respond anyway. You don't have to drop everything, but you do have to acknowledge, just at least acknowledge the bid. Something like, I hear you, Give me 2 minutes and I'm all yours. Let's say you're in the middle of something important. That's a turn toward. And that's enough. Number 3, initiate a bid yourself. So we talked about catching the bid, responding to the bid, and then don't just respond, you too reach. Send a text that isn't logistical. Touch your partner when you walk by. Ask a question that has nothing to do with tasks. Now, bids go both directions. If you only respond and you never reach, you never make a bid yourself, that means you're present, but you're passive. So stop trying to communicate better. Start trying to respond more. The conversation is not the unit of connection. The micro moment is that unit. So in the next episode, we're tackling a belief that I hear all the time, that my husband has to change first. Spoiler, he doesn't. And that realization is far more powerful than it sounds. I'll see you on the next episode.